Okay. So we're going to talk about 2025 goals and how to advance 2025. So today is what, 12/19. I think I'm going to retire from trading for the year. Super solid year. Some mishaps, some good days, some bad days, just like anyone in the trading world. But, you know, what are you going to do? Right? It's part of the game. So definitely end of the year up pretty solid. But let's talk about it. So let's talk about some goals, actually achievable goals. So you probably have heard of SMART goals, right? Anyone hear that in like the corporate world? SMART goals. Yeah, it's like they're measurable. I don't even know what all these things, but it's like a corporate term that everyone uses. Does anyone know what it actually stands for? So what does the S stand for? So it's measurable. I know it's M. Oh, specific. Oh wow, I'm like HR right now. Okay, actionable. What's R? Realistic. Realistic. And then time, is it time? You guys all posted time. Oh wow. All right, so we're doing an HR lesson today, but no. I really like this acronym, right? Because people have goals, right? So, for example, like someone put one of their goals is I just want to be green in 2025, right? I just want to be green. But what does that mean? What is that like? Okay, I want to be green. Cool. I want to be green every day, but it doesn't always happen. So how do we do that? How do we do that? You win more than you lose? Sure, you can say that. But let's talk about actual goals. So it's consistency. What's one problem you guys had this year, and gals? What's one problem? What's your biggest problem that you can pinpoint? Over trading? Okay, so let's make it problems. Let's write props. 99 of them. All right, so we'll put over trading is always one. Yeah. Following rules, risk management. Oh, the good old classic is exits. So let's do entries, exits. Averaging down. Oh no, I haven't heard that in a while. You should be averaging up. Small losers, discipline, not journaling, trading SPX. Yeah, we'll put SPX on there. It's always a good one. It's a good way to lose a lot of money. Improper size. Okay, so sizing is one. Let's see. Taking losses and moving to the next one. Not holding long enough. Not holding long enough. Hesitating. That's always a classic one. It's like, oh, like I see it, but I'd rather tag at Ellie and ask him if he thinks it's a good entry and miss the whole trade itself. Buying the top and bottom and get stopped on the pullback. Okay, so we'll just write tops. And that's an easy fix. We can fix that pretty easily. Write BTM because I'm lazy. FOMO. Loss is quick. Slapping Tesla off the open. Not enough size. Okay, so sizing up. It's more of an advanced thing. Guessing, reversals, things like that. Okay. So a lot of these are very common things, all things that I've definitely struggled with. A big thing I struggled with was over trading SPX. All right. I told you guys a story where I lost like, a couple $1,000 laying in my bed trading SPX off my phone. That was dumb. That was the day I realized that I'm not going to trade it. All right. So when it comes to SPX, the best days to trade it are outside days. Outside days. So that means above either, previous day high or below a previous day low. All right. If we look at SPY today, like it's not really doing anything. All right. With the VIX this high, any pop like this, you're going to be buried. Okay. You're going to be absolutely buried. But you can see it's just we sold off yesterday and we're kind of chopping large range followed by range contraction. So you wouldn't trade SPY today. You'd get really hurt. You're better off, okay, SPY's trending down is trading individual names. So that problem is now cross it off our list. That problem is now saved. Rules. Okay, so rules and risk management kind of tie together. What is rule number one of trading? What is rule number one? Don't lose money. No. Don't get bagged. No. Yeah, it's really at least my number one rule. Yes, this is recorded. My number one rule, okay, is don't fade the trend. DTFT. Don't fade the trend. Okay, so if the stock is going up, all right, we're buying calls. If the stock is going down, we're going to buy puts. That's it. It's really that simple. Okay. Nothing is too high, nothing is too low. Yesterday, right? Yesterday on SPY, if you bought calls, okay, you got bagged. Okay. If you bought calls today, other than here, here, and here, you got bagged. Okay. The trend is down. Okay. That is it. Non negotiable. If you look at a 30-minute chart, you can see all we did is reject off the 20 EMA and the trend is down. Okay. It is down. So that's rule number one. Now, you can also say don't get bagged and, all those things. Those are definitely rules. But when we talk about rules, let's think about our mindset. Okay. So, mindset, right? So, I always laugh when I see these like gurus. They always talk about like psychology of trading, psychology, psychology, psychology. You know, I'm the type of person where I don't think psychology of trading is the problem. The problem is you don't have a system, right? Like I don't really have emotions when I trade. I win or I lose. That's it. It all feels the same. Whether I make 3K, 13K, or lose 10K, it all feels exactly the same. I'm telling you. You do it for long enough, like you literally don't even care anymore. Okay, so let's talk about the mindset, right? So this has been a big theme recently is what is our mindset? What is at the forefront of our mind every single day? What's at the forefront of it? Are we thinking about how much money we're going to make? Or are we thinking about how much money we are going to lose? So when a new trader asks me, okay, so say this is our setup here, okay? So say this is our setup here. Okay, and I alert I'm in calls right here. Okay, I alert I'm in calls right here. What do you think people ask me first? Do they ask me my stop loss or do they ask me how high do I think it's going to go? I always get asked without a doubt of how high I think it's going to go. Never once have I been asked, okay, this entire year, what my stop loss is. You should always know your risk before you know your reward. Okay. It's not called RR, is called what? It's not called reward to risk ratio. It's called risk to reward. Okay. Why? Because risk is the most important part of your mindset. Okay. You want to be risk adverse, but at the same time, understand that you have probability in your favor. Okay. And now for rules, I cover that a lot in, some other lesson materials, things like that. So we're not going to go crazy about it. Risk management. Okay. Risk management is a really good one. So let's talk about risk management. Okay. So risk management. Let's say over 1 million trades. Okay. Over 1 million trades. You stop out at 20%. Okay. I probably should have made this red, but whatever. You stop out at 20%. But when the trade actually works in your favor, you take profits at 15%. Over 1 million trades, will you make or lose money? Say it's 50-50. You're going to lose money. Okay. How many of you, okay, are in a winning trade? So let's say you're in a winning trade, it's trending up, okay, but you sell for 15% only to watch it go 150%. Do any of you do that? Okay. Now, how many of you are in a really shitty trade, okay, and you're down, let's say you enter here and you're down 20%, only to hold it for it to go down to 50%. Well, let me ask you, why do you hold it down 50%? Okay, no problem. You can hold this down 50%, but you take profits at 15%. Why is that? What's going on in your head? Is it because you've been red for so long that you just want to see green? You just want, oh, thank God I'm green. Oh, like the trade worked. Let me just get out here. Right? Is that what goes in your head? What goes in your head? What's your mindset when you do that? No, no one's stupid. Yeah, you think you're gonna chip away at your all-time P&L and all that kind of stuff. Okay. I see it all the time. See me, I'm ignorant. Okay. I'm very ignorant. Okay. I will hold. Okay. For example, our Rivian swing, right? We took off most of our risk at 40%. And I will continue to hold until it comes down and stops me on break even. Why? Okay. So let's say I have $1,000 in the trade. Okay. All the contracts together, all right, we're up 40%. We're up $400. Okay. $400. I will sell, right? Mental math. I will sell and leave. So my cost basis on my runners is less than $400. That way, if it comes all the way back and goes down minus 100%, my trade is break even. So I don't care what happens. Okay. So Ukrainian man made a good point. It's where, you're hoping here. There is no hope in trading. Okay. Trading is the most ruthless business you will ever be involved in, ever. It is designed for you to lose money. Okay. It's designed for you to lose money, especially when it comes to SPX and SPY. Like they didn't put SPY options every single day, so retail traders can make more money. Okay. Ever since they did that, if we look at SPY here, the market has been way more choppy. Okay. Ever since they've done it. I have friends who, as soon as they did that, swore off on it. Okay. So risk management. We got to fix that. Okay. Now, we're going to do another thought experiment here. So we're just going to do our classic. All right. How many of you enter right here and it rips, let's say 100%. Okay. Rips 100%. It's a good trade. It's a good trade. All right. So you sell all your contracts right at the high day, right? Excellent exit. Okay. And then what do you do next? No, I mean, runners, yeah, but like, are you actually holding runners, Caden, or are you just telling me that's the thing to do? Tell me what you actually do. What do you actually do? And be honest, right? This is 2025 goals. You hold, okay. You take your win. All right, you take your win. All right, so you already win. What if I told you that that's wrong? What if I told you that I actually start to add more at the bottom of the flag? Okay, so instead of being up 100%, now I'm only up 50%. But my size, okay, that's 2x. What if I told you this? What I do? How many of you went, that seems wrong? You ever wait, but Ellie, you're never supposed to average down. You're never. Isn't that like rule number two or three or four of trading is don't average down? Right? Someone's definitely told you that. No one's ever heard don't average down. Okay. Well, exactly. I'm actually averaging up. Okay. I'm averaging up to a winner. You're averaging down on a loser. Okay. Let's talk about mindset here. Okay. Averaging down on a loser, you're hoping to break even. Averaging up on a winner, you're hoping you're going to have more size in it to make more. So it's exactly what we did yesterday on SPY. Okay, it's bleeding out. I'm just going to keep adding more and more and more the whole way down. That's it. Literally from my phone. So just calls off risk management. Now, there's going to be people that ask, like, oh, what should my stop loss be? Is 20% a good stop loss? Like, has anyone in here from any of my alerts see me alert and be out for less than more than 20%? It will mess up your percent gain, but it doesn't matter. It's a winning trade, so it's going to go higher, right? So I've alerted SPY contracts, anything like that. You ever see me hold a contract down more than 20%? No. What's my average stop if you look at my alerts? Like 10%. Yeah, I think 15. One time I got faked out because I was this was like 2 years ago. I alerted SPY calls and I was at Wawa and I lost like 35% because I was getting a sandwich, right? Your trade should work pretty quickly, okay? Meaning that if you're in, say, 0 days or whatever, like your trade should start to go pretty quickly, the day trade. If it doesn't, it should be a cause for concern. Okay. So it should go pretty quickly. So people ask me, I got a DM the other day. It's like, what's your average drawdown? And like, to be honest with you, like, I don't really know how to answer that because if I'm down 10% on a position on my starters, I'm just going to add more and I'm going to add more and I'm going to add more. And eventually, when the trade actually goes, that all these contracts kind of flip me green. So I don't really sit and draw down because, again, price is fluid, right? Price is fluid. Like on these pops, you're gonna add some more, and then you get the washout, then you sell. Like you're not just entry and then exit. It's not that concrete, especially if you want to start trading big size and do this for real, for real. Okay. So now let's talk about entries and exits. How many of you struggle with entries and exits? Probably every single person in here. Okay, so only one person. Three people. Come on. Come on. Hey, 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 come on. There should be a bunch of there's 100 people in here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You all struggle with entries and exits. All right, all right, all right, all right. RVG, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you've been well. All right, so entries and exits. So let's start with entries here. Let's start with entries. I'm not going to go too crazy with entries because they're relatively self-explanatory. All right. I know a lot of you are working today, but the reason I'm doing this class is because I know a lot of you actually aren't working today because it's the holiday season. Okay. So you see a stock rip. Okay. Actually, let's just talk about this on Disney because I think Disney was the best example yesterday. Okay. All right, so Disney. I think I take a screenshot of this. Not working, you feel attacked. I mean, when you trade, you always work. So, okay. So here's Disney. Okay. So people always say, you know, where's your entry on here? Where's your entry? Now, hindsight's always 2020, right? But where's your entry? So you see a stock ripping like this. What's your first thought? So for those who do not know, I use an 8 EMA. Okay. If you follow PB, he uses a 9 EMA. Okay. It's the same exact thing. It doesn't matter. Okay. His is red. So where's your entry? You see the trade working, but what are you looking for? Can you buy high day? A retest, but a retest of what? Okay, so let's walk through it. So if we're going to talk about a retest, so let's do number uno. Let's do a retest. So what are we looking for? A retest of what? Just keep it simple. A level, right? Yeah, we're looking for a level. Okay, but there's no retest of a level. So then what do we have? Yeah, like an EMA or some sort of indicator. Okay, that's your entry. Okay, there is no other entries. That's it. It's on an EMA or on a level. That's it. Non-negotiable. Okay. You don't buy floating god candles, okay, in the middle of the sky. Okay. You don't buy those candles. You don't. Doesn't matter. Or you don't buy puts on a candle that's in the gulag. Okay. The gulag is very heavy. When you try to lift that gentleman out of the gulag, you will get bagged. Okay, that's it. All right, exits. So stock, we're just going to do this. We're just going to continue this example. So stock pulls back. All right, and we just make it simple. We get our key level retest. Okay, this is our entry right here. All right, and now the stock starts to bounce. So something like this starts to bounce. What's our exit plan? What's our exit plan? How do you know when to actually exit a stock? There you go, Shagmaster. By the way, Shagmaster has an oracle of a son. He must be respected. Okay. So yeah, and POW too, right? So entries, we're using levels and EMAs. So exits, it's going to be the same thing. Okay. It's going to be levels and it's going to be EMAs. It's the same thing. They both begin with E for LED. Okay. It's the same thing. Where would our level be on this setup here? Okay. We don't have any numbers here. There's only one level on this chart. We got the pre-market high and what? New high day. Okay. Can we all agree that new high day is a level or an area of importance? Yes. So boom, there's your exit. Okay. Now you leave some runners. So now you don't have a new high a day and the stock just keeps on trending. Just keeps on. So it makes a new high a day and it just keeps going. Okay. And remember, this is all time high. So there's no levels up here. Okay. There's no levels up here. So what do we use next? So what do you do next? Psych levels? Yeah, if you want to be more advanced with it, but let's keep it real basic. Okay. Real basic. We don't have any more levels. So what's next? Exactly. The EMA. So you're literally just going to trail this, okay, with the purple EMA, or if you use the 9 EMA, it doesn't matter. And you're just going to hold. And as soon as price, okay, so on a 5 minute or a 10 minute, you can pick and choose whatever you want, breaks, okay, the EMA, you're going to get out. That is it. It's that simple. The tricky part is having a discipline to hold, okay, and that is it. So literally it. So you notice how entries and exits are exactly the same. Has anyone ever taught you this? You ever see this on Twitter? Anyone in here? Any people who are not familiar with me or anything like that? Has anyone seen this before? I know the OGs have definitely heard me talk about this, but I'm curious for the new people who are brand new to trading. Has anyone thought, wow, it's really that simple? It really is. Anyone know this? Come on, someone has to be like, okay, I'm following along. No? Okay. It's one person. There has to be a couple more of you. All right. Okay. So now let's talk about. So we got entries and exits. We covered that. We're going through this whole list. We're going through this whole list. All right. We're going to go, well, I will sit here until I'm blue in the face and we're going through this entire list. Okay. Sizing. Now, I hate pocket watching. Okay. It's one of my least favorite things in the world. I have social media people tell me I should post how much money I make and all this shit. And I personally hate pocket watching. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Why do I not like pocket watching? Because other people are in different circumstances than I'm in and vice versa. Okay. So I don't like pocket watching because $100 may be a lot to you and $1,000 may be peanuts to you. I've learned in my career when I flex money, okay, I always find someone that has way more bread than I ever will. Okay. We have some serious whales in this chat. So sizing. Sizing is very, very, very simple. Okay, we'll look at the charts real quick when we're looking at NVIDIA. What's NVIDIA doing? Not really doing anything of interest. QQQ, is it bouncing off the bottom? Yeah. I mean, QQQ, this is the definition of chop. So back to this. Sizing. Now, I would recommend if you're a new trader, okay, that you have to trade with over $1,000. in your account. Over $1,000. That is the minimum. Okay. Coming to the market with $300, you're better off taking that money and driving for DoorDash or something until you get your bread up. Okay. Why? Because if you only have $300, that's one trade. Okay. So you're going to take the first trade off the day. And if it doesn't work, you lose all your money and you quit trading forever. $1,000 gives you a little bit more wiggle room. All right. $1,000, you're going to split this three ways. So about $300 in each trade. All right. Your target for these trades is your goal is to make a minimum, okay, of $100. Okay. And your risk is going to be a maximum of $50. Okay. If your first trade on the day is green, you're allowed to take a second trade. Okay. Why? Because if your max risk is $50 and you lose on your second trade, then you're only up $50 on the day and you're chilling. Okay. If your first trade is red on the day, okay, and you don't hit your max loss, okay, your next trade size, okay, you're going to lower this size to about 200, okay, and see what you can do and try to get this green. Okay. If this trade is red, there is no more third trade. Okay. But if you hit two green trades in a row, you're also done for the day. Okay. There's no such thing as three red trades in a row. You will be stopped before you hit the third trade of the day. Because what happens here on this third trade is you size up, your risk is all fucked up, and you're holding and hoping. That is it. Now, for my more advanced traders, okay, all-time highs, 52 week, just write daily breakouts, okay? These kind of setups, all right, you're putting 10K into this trade. Okay. Tesla, you're putting 10K minimum into that trade. All right. You're gonna load it up, and that's all you're gonna trade for a whole week. All right. And we'll just put this down here. So you have to know your setups. You have to know what you're looking at. You have to know what the daily's doing. Okay. QQQ, we look at the daily here. All right. Are we putting 10Ks in trades like this? Nope. Nope. Inside day. No, 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 no. NVIDIA. We're going to put 10K in NVIDIA? No. AMD. We can put 10K in NVIDIA, in AMD? No. MU. We can put 10K in MU? You could. Okay. That's what you gotta do. You have to know your setups, right? You have to look at the daily chart. Always start at the daily chart and work your way to the 30-minute and then down to the 10-minute and then to the 3-minute. If you do not know what the daily's doing, doesn't matter what the 3 minutes doing. If you don't know what the 30 minutes doing, doesn't matter what the 3 minutes doing. If you don't know what the 10 minutes doing, doesn't matter what the 3 minutes doing. Okay. So that's sizing. I'll talk more about that another day. Holding, we already covered, right? Holding, we already covered. So we're going to cross that out. Hesitating, that we can fix. How many of you? Oh, we didn't talk about Disney today. Disney. So here's Disney right here. Okay. So a trader asked me yesterday. Yesterday we were trading on boys. A trader asked me right here if it's good to get into Disney. Okay. Asked me right there if it's good to get into Disney. All right. Is that a good entry on Disney? Great entry, right? Great entry. Okay. So we can see Disney above the pre-market high, above the previous day high. The actual entry is right here. Okay. Where do you think someone that's in Disney, okay, that entered right here, is going to sell? Where the individual asked me if they can buy. You guys see that? So we'll call this the pro entry, okay? And we'll call this the noob entry. Do we see the difference? Do have any of you actually done this before? Now, the secondary pro entry is right here. And you would have tried it, you would have probably got stopped out for like 10%. You guys see that? That's classic. Here's another thing. You see Disney is flagging, but instead of pressing the button, what do? You tag someone in the chat and ask their thoughts. But you already know subconsciously it's a good entry. And what happens is by the time the person replies back, you enter here and you only make 10%. Or they reply back quickly, and when you do, get 3x the size right here. Because, oh, okay, well, this individual is also in it too, so I'm at 3x the size. That's wrong. Because you don't have the confidence. Okay? Hesitating. Trust your gut. It's okay if you stop out. I'd rather you take a trade and respect your risk on your own than going crazy and trying to buy high a day. Now let's get into the fun stuff. Tops and bottoms. Okay. How much money do you think I've lost trying to top tick and bottom tick? How much money do you think I've lost? Just off those setups. How much? Thousands? A lot? 1.5 a stick? Okay. About a down payment on a house. Okay. All netting. If we net it all out. All in 0 days, trying to pick tops and bottoms. Okay. Because back in the day, all right, we only traded SPY and QQQ on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. They did not have all day 0 days like they do now. Okay. I've lost more money top ticking and bottom ticking than most people. Okay. So that is why now I don't do it. Okay. Don't do it. It's not good. Now, have I hit some gnarly top ticks and some crazy bottom ticks in the chat streaming? Have you guys seen me do it before? Reversals, things like that. Yeah. Nuclear ones. Okay. But now I actually have a criteria for it, right? Like it's now a criteria. Before, okay, again, we just look at SPY from yesterday. I just want to look at NVIDIA and make sure. Oh yeah, NVIDIA is absolutely cranking today, but it's still bearish. Down under the daily 80, man. What about QQQ? Maybe. Let's look at yesterday. If you were trying to bottom tick this, you got wrecked. Can we agree? This is all short. Okay. But here's the problem, right? Fuck the money, right? I don't care about, oh yeah, I tried to buy the bottom here and I kept buying it dip all the way and I lost all my money. Your frame of reference is all fucked up when you top tick and bottom tick. Why? Why? So let's say here's our chart go up, we hammer it short, and then it dumps. Explain to me how you feel when this happens. Use one word when you top tick it perfectly. Regret. Thrilled. You feel like a genius, right? Or I'm just gonna write wizard. You feel like you cracked a code, like a wizard. You guys using big ass words. All right, let's just keep it like one syllable, please. All right, I don't even know what that means, arcane, but hey, it's like a wizard. Like you're literally like a magician. You are the market maker. What does that do? Your ego goes through the roof. Okay. But now what happens? Same exact chart. Okay. But instead of going all the way down, it stops and continues to go back up. Same chart. So you went from going to feeling like a wizard, okay, like a magician, market maker, like you're going to get recruited to some local hedge fund, to now what? How do you think you feel? How do you think you feel? Feel probably a little bit frustrated, right? Annoyed, things like that. So what do you keep doing? Short it more and more and more and more and more and more and more. You actually lose control of yourself. I've done it before. I've done it before. I've literally bet thousands of dollars on shit like this. When all I had to do was step away from my desk for 10 minutes, okay, go make some egos. That's a joke. And then I would just flip along. But you want to feel right. So that is why it is very dangerous. This also works for the downside too. Imagine right on SPY, okay, this chart yesterday. Imagine, okay, actually, we'll just draw it off of here. Like you got an absolute god glizzy candle off the bottom. You got lucky, okay? You were not talented. So that is now done. Tops and bottoms covered. I just realized I put sizing on there. And lastly, let's talk about FOMO. FOMO. All right. What is FOMO? Very simply, it's everyone's making money but you. And if you feel like that, everyone's making money but you. Yeah, everyone's making, 10K days. Okay, by the way, all those photoshops you see, like people on Tradezilla, it's all fake. They're not making $30,000 a day. It's lies. FYI. Okay, make 100K days, but you're only making $100, or you're not even in the play. You're not even in the play. Okay, but you see everyone making money, everyone's screaming and yelling like, "Oh hell yeah!" Like I'm in, but you're not. Okay, and you're upset, right? You ever hear me when I had a crazy trade? Do I get like ecstatic and start going crazy and yelling and shit like that? No, like just another day in the office, right? So it's very hard to fight this, especially as a new trader. But right, you don't want to be in a situation where it's like this. Everyone's in and you buy where we're selling, right? Not so much anymore, right? You don't want to be in a situation like that. It creates FOMO. You don't want to buy there and then get pulled back. Because then you're gonna be red on the day, but everyone else made money and you're gonna feel like an outcast. You're gonna be like, oh well, I made this amount of money and everyone made money, but I didn't. Like these people fucking suck, blah blah blah. Like you really spin yourself into a hole. So don't do that. Here's the beauty about the stock market, okay? Is the stock market is not linear. Okay. It's not linear. Can we all agree that stocks just don't go up and to the right forever? Yeah, right. In order for a stock to go up and to the right forever, that means there's no dips or there's no crash. Okay. So the beauty is if a play is actually working, okay, there's always 2 to 3 more entries. Always. I've yet to see, okay, a stock. All right. So we'll pull a video or something. Not have more than one entry. Spy yesterday had multiple entries. Multiple entries. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you see this, like if you miss this whole move, all you have to do is focus and wait for a pop and wait for an entry. See that? And this isn't just unique, okay? This is a literally a flash crash on the market, and it still gave multiple areas of entry. So if you miss it, that's fine. Just look for the next one. And that will help your FOMO. Your thought should be, oh shit, everyone's making money but me. Your thought should be, oh, I can't wait for the next pop because I'm gonna short this bitch back to the ground. That's what your focus should be. Not, I gotta get in now. I gotta get in. No, 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 no. There's always another entry. And if there's not another entry, just lie to yourself and say there will be. Because that way you'll be, hey, it didn't hit my level, you know? And that's it. Do you think that would help a lot of you curb FOMO? Actually seeing the multiple levels all day yesterday. Right? Look, multiple entries. And look back over time. Look back over time. Look. Any big trend day, okay? Here's a big ripper, okay? Here's a big ripper. Multiple areas of entry. Multiple. Just know. Oh, here's another one. Big ripper. All right. Multiple areas of entry. Tesla. Multiple areas of entry. Look back over time. There's always another place to enter. So don't get FOMO and don't get all upset. That is my biggest tip. Because you will keep buying high and lows, and then what you'll do is you'll go to another Discord, and then, well, they have better alerts, so I'm going to go there, and you're not going to make any money off of alerts. Okay? Doesn't happen. It's gambling. It's the same thing as putting a parlay on there. You're not going to make it. Now, are they fun to flip a few dollars? Yeah, of course. But if you want to do this full time, it's not going to happen. So we crossed FOMO off the list. Anything else we need to cover? Or do you think we're all ready for 2025? We're ready? So that being said, you guys have a wonderful rest of your year. I'm going to take some time away from the screens, pay my taxes. My bills just keep going up. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I'm actually upset. And then we're going to come into 2025. We're going to be disciplined and focused. And that's it. That's it. We're going to fuck shit up. I'm telling you. We're going to fuck shit up. Just wait. Of course, I hope you got some value from it. And yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I don't know, Hanukkah, whatever it is. I don't know, but there's like 30 holidays going on right now. But everyone just spend time with your family, get away from the screens. Don't trade holiday chop. Nothing sucks more than going to your grandma's house for Christmas and you lost 30 bands and chop the day before. I've been there. It's not fun, dude. You ever sit at Thanksgiving dinner table down 15K on the day going, fuck. Don't do that. All right. I hope you all have a good one. We'll see if I'm here tomorrow. Actually, I probably will be here tomorrow morning, but that was my last class of 2025. Stop screen share, stop the recording, and then once it's done, I will post it.